Welcome back to Vidhammer, going through another Gloomhaven playthrough. Again, this one is a summary. The bigger videos will be happening a little bit later, but this one is going through the Frozen Hollow, trying to get more retirement, closer to retirement for both of the characters, so they can both hopefully retire at the same time if things go well. For a city encounter, we helped lay the foundation of the Great Oak. It was rather exhausting, so they lost a check mark, but they gained a prosperity and a reputation in the process, so that was a equitable trade, I think. Then on the road, we heard the sound of wolves and stuff, and we decided to run from them, but it didn't turn out so good, so we're starting the scenario with poison, which doesn't bode real well, because just inside the front door happened to be apparently those wolves that we ran from, and they tend to move really fast and do a significant amount of damage if they're closer to other allies. So the beginning of this might be a little bit tough. So for the short-term goals, Vimm has the one where you have to have monsters on the board at the start of each turn. So it's very important to remember that as you're playing. And Spud has the one for Masochist, where you have to have 2 or less hit points at the end of the game. Even though this seems kind of difficult, when it gets to the end, you can kind of force your character to take short rests and just take a damage in order to discard and redraw. So you can manipulate your health a little bit at the end of the game if you're doing well enough to have a little bit of leeway. So we'll see how it plays out. Here's how it goes. This one starts out with the hounds that move really fast and stuff, so we just kind of stay back on the first turn, play late initiatives, and let the dogs kind of move forward, and so we can do some damage to them. The one living spirit that's back there doesn't cause any problems on the first round, but I know the dogs do some serious damage if they are next to allies when they do some of their attack stuff, so we try to burn them down pretty quick. We do a good amount of damage on the first turn and second turn, even though they go fast. They hit them, do some damage. It doesn't seem to be too difficult of a thing to get around the side, and we kill off the living spirit like really quick, like kind of one-shot him. But then Spud gets set up to go through the next door, and Vimm finishes off the hound like before I had Spud open the door. So okay, like in like third turn, we don't have anybody on the board at the end of the turn. So great job there. But going into the next room, there's 2 frost demons in there that are pretty far away, and since we've got so much good ranged attack out of both the characters, we just open the door and stand there and take shots at them. We're able to kill one of the frost demons off before taking any significant damage, and then you can get Vimm to step forward and take the actual damage for the rest of the shots after that. It's not too difficult. I think about having Spud jump way past these guys, and it ends up not being too bad of a deal, because he only has to deal with taking shots from one of the characters instead of 2. But he does get taken down to like 1 health and immobilized. But we're able to have him take later initiatives, so he doesn't take the attacks with Vimm up there next to him, and we can kill off the living spirit and the other guy without too much loss of cards. Spud was down in health and stuff, but we had Vimm play some health cards on him and him take a long rest. So it gets back up to at least pretty close to full health by the time we're ready to go into the final room. So for the last part of this, Vimm's still kind of like on the bottom side. He's still a good ways away, and he needs to take a long rest. So we have Spud do kind of the same thing, run forward and on like a move 6, tag the door, and then run back quite a ways to pull the enemies out, hopefully space them out so we can kill a few in the front with ranged attacks and stuff like that. And of course the one that comes out the furthest is the actual elite frost demon, so we got our work cut out for us. But we start doing some good ranged attacks, and we put some significant damage on the frost demon as he pulls forward, and the hounds come out. There's only one hound. He kind of gets up in the grill, We got some damage from some range shot stuff on Spud, so he goes back down some health again. So then Vimm does his big jump. He burns his card and uses the nature to do 2 damage to everything where he lands. And since the living spirits have the 2 shield and 2 health, we actually kill off the living spirit that's there, and he does some more damage in his regular attack at the frost demon, but is not able to kill it. And Spud's kind of got the choice of what he should be trying to do, and I said, heck with it, just go ahead and take off the frost demon. If he takes a little bit of damage, even though he's got a small amount of health, there's only a couple of guys left to kill, and Spud still has a few cards left to burn. So he just uses his wing boots, flies over there, tags the frost demon for the last of its damage, and then it's not too difficult for what's left. We can kill off the living spirit on the next turn. Spud's able to get the shot there. Then all we have left is the hound. So the hound just Vimm just sits there and takes short or long rests and uses the armor and stuff like that and takes the hits from the hound. Who cares? While Spud walks over, triggers the stun trap, which just wastes a turn, and then steps on the actual treasure after that, so we can get the pickup for it. After that, Vimm goes ahead and kills off the hound and picks up an extra coin. And that was the end for this one. We got through it and picked up a hound kill for Vimm. The other stuff are things that he'd already taken out before. So not too bad. Another success in the book, and we have a crypt mission that we can go to now, which will be Spud's 3rd crypt mission. The only irritating thing about this was, just not remembering that needed to open the doors early, because we could have had it if I had remembered it, but I didn't.